Never before in the course of the world's history has such a society appeared. The old Roman Senate itself did not lay schemes for world domination with greater certainty of success. Throughout the whole of antiquity, where and what land can we find anything like this order, or anything even approaching? The order has secret signs and passwords, according to the degrees to which the members belong. And as they wear no particular dress, it is very difficult to recognize them unless they reveal themselves as members of the order. They may appear as Protestants or Catholics, Democrats or aristocrats, infidels or bigots, according to the special mission with which they are entrusted. Their spies are everywhere, of all apparent ranks of society. They may appear learned and wise, or simple or foolish, as their instructions run. There are Jesuits of both sexes and all ages, and it is a well-known fact that members of the order, of high family and delicate nature, are acting as menial servants in Protestant families and doing other things of a similar nature in aid of the society's purposes. We cannot be too much on our guard, for the whole society, being founded on a law of unhesitating obedience, can bring its forces on any given point with unerring and fatal accuracy. There was no crime too great for them to commit, no deception too base for them to practice, no disguise too difficult for them to assume. It was a fundamental principle of the order that the ends justify the means. My son, heretofore you have been taught to act a dissembler among Roman Catholics, to be a Roman Catholic, and to be a spy even among your brethren, to believe no man, to trust no man. Among the Reformers, to be a Reformer. Among the Huguenots, to be a Huguenot. Among the Calvinists, to be a Calvinist. Among other Protestants, generally to be a Protestant, and to obtain their confidence, to seek even to preach from their pulpits, and to denounce with all the vehemence in your nature our holy religion and the Pope, and even to descend so low as to become a Jew among the Jews, that you might be enabled to gather together all information for the benefit of your order as a faithful soldier of the Pope. You have been taught to plant insidiously the seeds of jealousy and hatred between communities, provinces, states that were at peace, and to incite them to deeds of blood, involving them in war with each other, and to create revolutions and civil wars in countries that were independent and prosperous, cultivating the arts and the sciences and enjoying the blessings of peace. To take sides with the combatants and to act secretly with your brother Jesuit, who might be engaged on the other side, but openly opposed to that which you might be connected, only that the church might be the gainer in the end, in the conditions fixed in the treaties for peace, and that the end justifies the means.
Keep this phrase in mind, because as we go deeper into the Machiavelli deception, as we start to uncover the Illuminati conspiracy, you'll find that everything pivots around this particular concept. That no matter what actions must be taken, no matter what deeds must be done, good or evil, according to the Jesuits, they're lawful to do. Remember this concept, the ends justify the means used to reach those ends.
The goal of the Jesuit order is simple: the eradication of all Protestant, true biblical Christianity, and the re-establishment of a centralized government, a one-world order under the Holy Roman Empire, the Roman Catholic Church. This is the goal. And they accomplish this goal by infiltrating the political arena. They infiltrate the judicial system. They infiltrate the economic and business sectors. They infiltrate the religious establishments of a nation. But first, before they can infiltrate any of these powers, they must first get their ideas into the mind. Wiley, in his book History of the Jesuits, writes this: all ranks, from the nobleman to the day laborer, all trades, from the opulent banker to the shoemaker and porter, all professions, from the stoled dignitary and the learned professor to the cowed mendicant, all grades of literary men, from the philosopher, the mathematician, and the historian to the schoolmaster and the reporter on the provincial newspaper, are enrolled in the society.
Did you catch that? all grades of literary men. This is the secret of the Jesuit success. This is how they gain their power. They infiltrate the educational system. In fact, listen to these quotes. This is what they did during the 15th, 16th, and 17th century.
J. Wayne Lawrence, in his book The Crisis in America, or The Enemy of America Unmasked, writes this statement: "The liberal education of youth passed almost entirely into their hands and was conducted by them with great ability. In the art of managing and forming the tender mind, they had no equal." On page 286 of Charles Hector's book, The Secret Societies of All Ages and Countries, Volume 1, we find this quote: "Having in nearly all Roman Catholic countries succeeded in becoming the educators of the young, they were able to mold the youthful mind according to their secret aims."
Europe was not the only land in which the manipulation of the youthful mind was taking place. In fact, the Jesuits were highly influential in the education of the native peoples of South and Central America. One of the schools they established in these regions was the School of San Francisco de Borja, in honor of the third superior general of the order. It was located in the southeastern part of Peru, and it was here, at this Jesuit institution, that the mind of Jose Gabriel Condor Conqui received its Jesuit education. An education that would prepare him for his future role when he would transform himself into Tupac Amaru II.
Jose was a descendant of the original Tupac Amaru, one of the last Incan chiefs to resist the Spanish invasion of South America. And because of this ancestry, his family was one of the most prominent families in Peru. He came from a very influential bloodline. And these are the type of individuals that the Jesuits use in the society. Many of the most prominent men and women of our society, of our time, have also received extensive Roman Catholic Jesuit education. Some of these people include the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden. Also, the current and former Speakers of the House, John Boehner and Nancy Pelosi, are also Roman Catholics who have spent their entire youth under the education of the order. In fact, most of President Obama's cabinet, from the Chief of Staff all the way to his speechwriter, are Roman Catholics who have been trained by the Jesuit order. But let's not just limit their activity to politics. They've even infiltrated the entertainment industry. Most of the notable screenwriters and directors, even actors, even R&B singers have been trained by the Jesuit order. Hip-hop also has its share of coadjutors, or individuals who are helping the Jesuits achieve their goals. 3 prime examples: Jay-Z, Kanye West, and the newcomer J. Cole. Most don't know it, but Jay-Z is a member of the Roman Catholic Church. In fact, starting in October 2011 at Georgetown University, which is the oldest Jesuit university in the U.S., a course of classes is being given specifically dedicated to studying Jay-Z. J. Cole, on the other hand, is a magna cum laude graduate of the largest Catholic university in the United States, St. John's University, located in Queens. Now come on. Are all these Roman Catholic Jesuit connections just a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that Kanye West, in one of his first videos, is preaching in a Jesuit church, rapping from a Jesuit pulpit, speaking on behalf of the Jesuit order? Is that just a coincidence? Contrary to popular belief, one does not have to be a priest to be a member of the order. The only real prerequisite is that the initiate must be a member of the Roman Catholic Church, which Kanye West just so happens to be. Now, is all this just a coincidence? Not when you take into consideration the power of music and how it can be used as an educational tool. Just go around and ask anyone how they learn their ABCs. They'll quickly recite the song. And the Jesuits know this power that music can have when it comes to education. They know that if you can create the music of a nation, you actually control the thoughts of a nation, the mood of a nation, even the beliefs of a nation. music basically is a tangible form of telekinesis. This is what Jesuit-controlled Barack Obama was talking about when he said that Jay-Z would quote-unquote help shape attitudes in a real positive way. Help shape attitudes in a real positive way toward what? Could it be that his music, this music, will help shape positive attitudes toward the achievement of the Jesuit goals? Toward the destruction of all true biblical Christianity and the reestablishment of a Catholic one world order? Could it be? Could this be the reason why so many of our brothers are running around with rosary beads around their necks, thinking they're making a fashion statement, just following the example set by their favorite rapper, not knowing deep down within the depths of their soul they're actually making an affirmation of faith? They're actually embracing the Roman Catholic theology with their actions. The Bible prophesied that the whole world would wonder after, the whole world would worship the beast kingdom of Revelation 13, the Holy Roman Empire. The Bible prophesied this thousands of years ago, and it's happening today as we speak. Recent studies show that 1 out of 6 people on the planet Earth now embrace the Roman Catholic faith. The whole world is wondering after the beast, and music is the tool being used by the beast to bring the world into subjugation. Andrew Fletcher said it best. If a man were permitted to make all the ballads, he need not care who make the laws of a nation. And we find that the most ancient legislators thought that they could not well reform the manners of any city without the help of a lyric, or sometimes of a dramatic poet. Let me make the songs of a nation, and I care not who makes its law.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making their future. I'm writing down their curriculum. Right now, what I write in my album today, when it comes out in 2 months, that's what white kids is doing. So who really is getting pimped? What I'm writing in my raps is what the white kids is gonna be saying to their mamas and daddies when they come home. Who is getting pimped?
It's important to note that even as far back as the 1700s, the Jesuits had already developed techniques for mind control and pre-predictive programming. Father Charles Chiniquy, in his book 50 Years in the Church of Rome, says this.
He says, Rome proclaims everywhere that the Jesuits are the most devoted, the most reliable of her teachers, and she